1. Let's see if we're popping back. The same people who were there, we're back again. All right, sorry about that, guys. If you're back out there, we had some technical difficulties because is this thing working? So the mic's working?
Yep.
All right, the mics are working. Yeah, we had some technical difficulties because I don't really have any money. Well, I got money, but I spent on other things. All right, we got one of our viewers back. If you're out there, tell everybody else who is listening that we're back again. Hold on. Let me get the second link out again. So there's something missing. This is high. All right, we got 2 of our guys back.
All right, so we know.
All right, two.
Our fan base follows.
That's true. Yeah, because you got the people who they subscribe, and if you subscribe, then you get a notification when the phone goes on. You know what I run into the problem with subscribing on YouTube is that these kids of mine, they freaking subscribe to all these random YouTubers and gamers and shit, and then they fucking.
I like the daddy finger, daddy finger.
What is that?
You never heard of those?
I hate that.
Oh yeah, those are the worst. So here, when you've got to look at.
Here I am.
How do you do? Oh no, they're the worst. So basically,
I hate that.
when my daughter was littler, when she was 2 or 3, of course, being the good dad I was, and I wanted to get something done, doing the dishes or going to the bathroom, having the phone so they can just entertain themselves for a minute. So they'll click through YouTube and they click on the most interesting profile picture for the thing, and it's all these stupid little automated Japanese, Chinese videos. Yeah, that have these mind-numbing songs that are so simplified, or they show little colored eggs with things coming out of them. Yeah.
That's random.
Yeah. And the finger song is just so prolific everywhere and so annoying. It's just like an earworm that gets in your head.
Look at that baby shark.
Yeah.
Baby.
So like that. It doesn't mean it's bad like that.
Sing it.
All right, we're back up to 3. That seems to be our base. I mean, you got
Yeah, it's our full.
Dubs and Erica, and she's over there. So.
Alex.
Our solid base is probably about 5 or 6, depending on who's taking a shit and having a party. But all right. So, what was your favorite? Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. What was your favorite brand of your service besides your own brand? So you could include all the non fighting service. What not uniform? What's the word we use? There's uniform services, and then there's the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. What's that? You know what I'm talking about?
Military. Those are uniform services.
Well, they're all uniform services, but then there's like a you're talking about
AmeriCorps.
Public health service and NOAA is all under the same branch.
And the railroad retirement fund.
Yeah, that's uniform services. But what's the word I'm looking for
I don't know.
Regardless, all those.
Either way, out of the main ones, I don't know. Probably Navy, just because we were part of the Navy. And I think the Navy BDUs, that dark blue kind of, is pretty cool.
You know there was no physical utility cameras for that at all. That somebody took that out of a Ralph Lauren catalog and literally put it up. Wow. And that was how they came up with that pattern. That was a raw ass camel pattern, but 100% they just found it off of a Ralph Lauren catalog. Wow. And then fucking just put it on the camel. It's crazy though. Yeah, I would say the Marines just got fucking cool uniforms and shit like that. I mean the dress blues and Marines, if you walk outside like that, chicks are just falling over in your face.
Yeah,
you can be 40 pounds overweight and you walk out in a fucking dress blues Marine form, you're gonna get laid. You remember?
Well, when that girl says, "I like a man in uniform," that's the cream of the crop. What they're talking about.
Oh yeah,
you could be in police or the fire uniform, anything like that, or ranking the dress blues are always the best.
I mean, it's so hard. But you guys had issues taking care of that shit though. That's so much maintenance.
Oh yeah, you couldn't raise your arms, higher than this.
I agree. I always thought they looked most handsome.
They're really great for standing. Don't try sitting or doing anything else.
Very, very handsome.
Did you ever do drill tape at all?
No? Yeah, a little bit with my Corporal's course, that kind of thing.
I never did that.
And then I was always picked to do for the Marine Corps birthday, the sword detail. They had the sword and all that stuff.
Never had a sword.
I have 2 swords.
What would Don say if he was here?
You ain't see my fat ass in no uniform.
If Don was here, he would probably eat half of us. 'Cause that's a big ass motherfucker. I mean, you could tell that the floor's a little bit higher on your side of the studio today.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. We love you, Don. He's probably not even
We
listening.
love you, Don.
Don's right now. He's probably killing some Taco Bell. I guess he likes that shit. He likes the Taco Bell. All right, what was your favorite deployment? I mean, the second question is base. I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand. What was your favorite trip you took?
What was your favorite question asked passing season?
Well, what was your
What's your favorite trip wherever you went?
yeah, favorite vacation, or what was the dream destination?
What's your favorite place to go outside of here?
You can't say Estabule either.
Yes, I feel.
I like Chicago.
Chicago. Would you want to go someplace tropical? Do you like tropical or cold? What's your
Tropical.
favorite climate?
Tropical.
Have you ever been tropical? Like what's some besides like fucking don't say North Carolina because every fucking guy from Cleveland's from North Carolina.
I went to the
South Carolina. South Carolina.
Hilton had some good
I went to Myrtle Beach. Yay!
Well, that's where I've been. That was close to tropical, to be honest with you. I mean, I've been on the Pacific Ocean when I was in L.A.
Mexico's amazing. Cancun.
Don't go down there now. You get all shot up.
Shut up.
I've never been there.
Yeah,
You can answer the question if you want to know. That's what
yeah. So, what was your favorite base?
We'll
Base
Yeah.
sex deployment.
We'll placate Pat and then.
It's a Veterans Day special.
Well, yeah, I went to Qatar. That was fun.
what Qatar? Were you at
Or
LED?
Qatar or
Were
however.
you at LED?
What about tambourine? You ever go there? Or violin?
No,
Was it LED? Doha.
what?
Was it the base? Was it LED? Air base?
I don't remember.
How long you were there for?
Probably I think like a week.
It was two going
Well,
on.
it was stupid because the flight in was rough. So I was the armor. I fixed the weapons, I fixed the guns, right? But it was with the air unit, so they really didn't use them. So it wasn't really that important because I was doing other things like laundry and fixing random vehicles and making sure the generators were started. Long story short is on the deployment, the first deployment we're there. When you go over there, they randomly select people to go on rest and relaxation during the deployment. So you got to go to Qatar, what are we talking about? And so all the mechanics that are busting their ass in the flight line, turning wrenches and being all greasy in 110-degree heat, didn't get to go because they're essential. I got to go because I was non-essential, and they were all mad because I got to go to R&R like 2 weeks into the first deployment, or 2 months into the first deployment, to go drink Tuborg, like the near beer. It was like twice the size of this.
When we were,
And you got tickets. So you like 2 or 3 tickets a day. I think it was like 2 to get a beer, and you got to drink near beer. And actually, I got to find the picture, but.
So near beer is like a little bit of alcohol.
Instead of being, what's beer, like 3%, 6%?
Yeah,
I think it's like
0.5 or below, yeah.
half a percent. So what we would do is when you were over there, you wouldn't eat anything all day. So it'd be like 6 or 7 at night. You haven't eaten anything all day, and then you pound your 2 beers. You get your little mini buzz off of it, and then you finally eat after it wears off.
When I was in Qatar in 2011, that was because Qatar basically, if you're going over to the desert, they change it all the time. But there's 2 bases that way you go into first before you go into the place. If you're going to Iraq, you would first go into Qatar, LED Air Base. LED is a code for it. And then you would go from Qatar either to Balad or Baghdad, Kirkuk or Bil, wherever you were stationed. If you were going into Afghanistan, you're going to Manas base, Kyrgyzstan, how you say it. It's one of the former Soviet republics. But anyway, you go there and you go to Afghanistan. Yeah. I was in Qatar for a week coming there, between 4 and 10, I don't know. But you sit there in Qatar and you just pretty much, they had a contingent of people who were there, and then most other people were in transit. So you just, wait for your flight to come, and then you go over, take your 130 and go to Iraq. So we were over there for, a little bit, and Qatar is incomprehensibly hot. Like you ever take anything out of the oven, but you stand there, you stand there right in front of the oven for another 5 minutes.
Or hair dryer.
Yeah.
Hair dryer.
Imagine a hair dryer from the front, a hair dryer from the back, a hair dryer from up underneath, but you're standing on hot coals. That's about half the heat. It's in Qatar. It's so
It's so ridiculous hot.
Is it humid?
it's the humidity of Florida combined with the heat of Phoenix. I mean, it's the I've been to Honduras, Spain, everywhere. Qatar is easily the hottest place on earth. It's so bad.
But there's so much oil and diamonds.
Yeah.
And
People are there.
And the Qatar itself only has 850,000 people. There's more people. There's twice as many people in Cali County as there is in Qatar. But they got so much money, they just don't know what to do with it. So like they create these jobs for people. Like when we were going, did you remember Qatari Customs?
I don't remember, but I remember riding through people that would take people through the desert in SUVs and just go flying through. We did that.
Well, Qatari Customs is literally imagine an X-ray machine, just like you would have at TSA, and then some guy with a mustache going like that. He was falling asleep at the thing, and they would fuck with people when they were coming in. They're like, "Oh yeah, when you get over there, they're gonna go on your computer, look on your hard drive. You got any porn, you're done, man." They're just fucking with you. They didn't even look at one thing we had. I could have had a bomb, fucking brick of coke in there. They would have done shit.
Well, what's funny is because I think I remember going through some of it, and we had did we have our weapons? I don't remember. One of those places, I think it was Kuwait, where we had to go through and they like scanned our weapons. So they had like, I have 16 A2s putting on the belt to scan through.
Qatar was so hot, and the showers, we were in Tent City. They had tents with the transient tent. You might have seen it too. It was basically, honestly, the conditions in the Qatari tents were worse than basic training. But you had, bunk beds all over the place. And they had to have the air conditioning on, but the air conditioning would always break. So if you were in the middle of the night and you just start dripping sweat, the air conditioning went out. Dude, this is so bad.
Sleep like that.
But the showers were not in the tent dorms. You had to walk, go to the shower. And you would go to the showers, take your shower. By the time you would get back to the tent, you need another shower because you're dripping in sweat. And then on the base in Qatar, they had a Pizza Hut. And the Pizza Hut had a meat lover's pizza. And we're in a Muslim country, or whatever they call it. And no pepperoni,
There's no pork.
beef pepperoni, beef sausage. Literally all three meats were beef. It was a good pizza. It was, better than you had whatever.
It was smashed burger patty and extruded burger patty.
Did you guys eat anything weird out there? Like my brother was in Korea and he tried dog.
No.
In Korea we had. I'm trying to think. In Iraq on the base.
Didn't tell.
No, there's no way taking Wi-Fi. I can probably sleep. Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah, so my buddy Chris Wright was in the chow hall. TCN is probably from where do they usually hire those guys from? Probably Jordan or something like that. Anyways, he had a thing of hash browns. He dropped it. Picked up every hash brown, put it back in the bin, just put the bin right in there. Didn't try to recook the hash brown or anything.
Yeah.
Straight in the fucking third world floor, right back
Ew.
in the thing. After that, we're like, man, I'll tell you what, the thing about Iraq too is that all the food's free. Any food you want. They got and the food's not really bad. I mean, the chow hall is really
so you
good.
go to the chow hall and it's like golden crown buffet.
Yeah,
It's almost like a buffet.
It's like Golden Cross.
You get whatever you want, knowing that you still have to pass your physical fitness test.
That's the humdinger. They had a legit ice cream bar over there. Like the kids would have loved the ice cream bar.
Oh yeah,
But nobody goes to it because when you're on deployment, everybody's working out.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I don't work out at all. Like, I physically, I walk from here to my bed, and that's it. When I was over there, I worked out just because there's nothing else to do. It's so fucking mind-numbingly boring, dude. You're just sitting there. I would have 2-3 missions coming in a week. And we had that 24-hour coverage. You know what I mean? My job was to get stay at the passenger terminal, and I would tell the Army guys, okay, you guys go here. And I would direct with, the air terminal people to, what flights are coming in.
Of course you got that job because of your voice.
Oh,
We
yeah.
need someone that's loud and has a commanding voice, and it carries across the room.
Well, I would tell them roll call, and there was this guy, his name was Charles Morgan. And sure enough, he was an 03, which is a ranking captain. And I had to call roll call, and I was like, Captain Morgan, and dude, I lost it. I fucking lost it. I had to step away, and I had to not do the roll call for another 4 minutes because I was just fucking losing it. Captain. Dude, names of ranks are so funny. There was this guy.
Well, we've seen Major.
There was a sergeant, and they got called over the loudspeaker when we were in Mansfield. They're like, would Senior Master Sergeant Vicky Sargent please call blah, blah, blah. Sergeant. And then the guy snickered for a little bit and had to continue. Oh, it was so fucking good. So good, man. Oh, it was fucking great, man. Yeah, but Qatar was an experience. I didn't like Qatar at all. Iraq, we were working all the time. There was a Burger King there. I went to one time.
Yeah,
Like,
I
right
remember
before I
the Burger King. It didn't taste like Burger King.
No, it was.
Pizza Hut didn't taste like Pizza Hut.
They had a little Turkish restaurant.
They
there
tried.
and shit.
McDonald's in
God
Thailand,
bless
they had
them.
a pork samurai burger. That's pretty good.
Pork samurai.
Well, that's
Come
what was
with
it?
the sword.
McDonald's,
McDonald's.
Oh, wow.
that's pretty good.
And they had the green beans coffee. Do you remember
I
that?
remember green beans.
What they would do? There's this company called Green Beans Coffee, and
Of
people.
course, you got to get the iced coffee.
People, what they do is they go on Facebook or social media. Hey, support the troops, and it's kind of in a lightweight way. It's a scam, but it's not because we really should have free coffee when we're over there.
Yeah.
But fucking all the troops are just getting free. It wasn't really bad coffee, but you really made a little bizarre there. They would sell shit, but it really wasn't that good a deal.
Nothing really was bad when you think about your options you had.
Right.
So you have to get. Now you said, of course, you have to get the iced coffee. Does that mean that?
You don't have to get the iced coffee, but it's
No,
You're not gonna
hot.
if it's 115 degrees. You're not getting a hot cup of
Yeah.
Joe.
True.
We were there in Kirkuk wasn't too bad with the
I was there
temperature.
from February through September.
I was there. I was in.
February was cold. It was like this.
They got down to 30 degrees in one day.
Yeah, it would freeze
chilly.
at night.
Oh, really? Well,
It would freeze at night and then be like 50s during the day.
Depends on north and south. You were blotted by
Like outside near
Okay.
the Ibiza Dam.
because that was more north. The northernmost base was OSM Mosul. I think it was the northernmost base. Did you ever get to go outside the wire at all?
Nope.
I didn't either. Part of me wants to. I kind of want to go back and see what it looks like now, but I want to wait till there's stability, of course.
Yeah.
Like if they got
Or it's like a tourist country, like you go to Vietnam now and get some ramen.
right, or just buy because another Iraq. When we were over there, they had Super Bowl 7 years ago. So 38, 39, like, and it was the Steelers versus the Packers. And obviously, it was I wanted the fucking Packers to win, but there was a time they played. Remember the song "Black and Yellow," "Black and Yellow," by
yeah.
Wiz Khalifa. Dude, the radio station over there, it was AFN, Armed Forces Network, and they would only play 4, 5, 6 songs, whatever the top four.
Whatever they had the rights to.
Right,
They would get the rights to a couple songs, and that was it.
And so, dude, every hour in the hour they would play Black and Yellow. It got to the point where I would just fucking turn on the local Muslim stations with the call to prayer because I could not physically stand
Like,
the song. Seriously, we'd be driving around and be like, or just whatever, just because I couldn't stand Black and Yellow
You're
anymore.
saying 5 songs over.
It's so bad.
The odd thing about deploying is coming back, and then not everything's changed, but the songs are changed. Everything on the radio is different.
Oh yeah. 'cause
Like,
you're
oh
so
man,
much
did you
behind.
hear this new song on the radio? I've never heard it before. Like that's played it's like how 92.3 whatever station was
Right.
at the time. We play the same song like every half hour. Like man, that's been out for months. That's played all the time. I'm so sick. Like I've never heard it before. This is awesome.
Brand new as shit. The one thing I did like about the TV though, we would get free. Back then they didn't have WWE. We had free wrestling. We would get the free UFC fights too. That was pretty.
We
cool.
watch UFC out there, yeah.
But during the Super Bowl, they gave us 2 beers. It was the only time we were allowed to drink. And I'll tell you what, man, it was the most unenjoyable beers I've ever had in my entire life. Because they had the army was. We still got a show going. Okay, you can still look at it. I'm messing with you.
We're still here.
No, but so imagine Pat's an army guy. There was Pat's the guy bringing the beer. He had on fucking gloves.
Yeah.
What are those called? Surgical gloves or the rubber gloves. Open the beer. They had your name on a checklist. They put it, and they had this army guy was yelling at all these troops around him.
Yeah.
The feed we had was a screen about the size of my garage door, but it wasn't coming in good.
Yeah.
It was like a fuzzy screen. Okay. And the Super Bowl, you watch it for the commercials.
Right.
AFN,
Right.
they don't have commercials. They have propaganda. Without living in North Korea,
Yeah.
as you can get. The first commercial, if you have excess army gear, please turn it in. That was literally a commercial. The next commercial, we'd like to thank everybody watching today for your service. We know that you had, many sacrifices. That was the whole fucking game. I was by halftime, I was like, fuck this. I just went back to there.
Because during the
Turbo
Super
Wars.
Bowl, they cut the commercial as many times as they can. Like, kickoff, commercial. First down, commercial.
Jesus.
Imagine you're watching, what's your favorite show, Melissa? Just any show you like.
I like the Goldbergs.
All right, imagine
Okay.
you're watching the Goldbergs. Say you're watching like 5 episodes of the Goldbergs, probably like the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. But instead of every commercial, Melissa's thanking you for being her boyfriend. Like, oh, Pat, I want to thank you for coming out here today. Imagine that for fucking dude, you go crazy.
Oh, really?
I had more
Oh, it's
PTSD.
I was like,
Well, this sounds
Sounds a
good.
good idea. Thank me for my.
All right. Leave the room for a second so I can tell them what I really think about that.
But it got so. I had more PTSD from that than I did for any. I mean, we had like two missiles hit the base. It was stupid. I mean, it was nothing. I mean, if I'm being honest and being sadistic, I wanted to see more action than I really got to see because
I think all of us did.
Really, we really did.
I think all of us really did.
But it's like I got more bad memories from fucking those commercials and all that bullshit than I ever will from the fucking war itself, man. I just.
Are you shivering?
Yeah,
Dude, it's
yeah.
fucking cold.
Are you
Oh,
shivering?
no
Is
shit.
that commercial propaganda rage that you're?
I mean, it was like that in Spain too. When we were in Spain, they had AFN, dude. And
He's a big boy.
Spain was a good trip, man. You would have loved Spain.
Yeah.
It was
I know a lot of times when they would go through the road to Spain, the aircraft would magically break down.
Oh, we were.
So Iraq, right? So here you got the U.S. and then a big body of water, and then some land where Spain is, and then there's Iraq, right? So road to Spain is about halfway ish, and so all the like the supply aircraft, C-130s, whatever, would stop in the road to Spain to refuel and then go to deploy in whatever Southwest Asia, Iraq, whatever thing, whatever. But the big joke was that every aircraft that would go through the road to Spain would magically break down because you'd have people that would want to stay there and have like R&R for a couple days.
Oh, nice.
So you'd have mechanics, or flight masters, the guys that were kind of like in charge of like getting gear on and off the aircraft. They would pull a plug off the aircraft that would throw a light, like a check engine light on a car, and so the aircraft would have to be down for 2 days while mechanics inspect the light and figure out what it is. Meanwhile, the air crew was like, "All right, go to these barracks, and we'll call you back at the end of the day. Have fun. Here's some per diem, which is like daily money to go have fun." And so that was the big joke that every aircraft that would go through the road to Spain would break.
Well, I got much intel on this.
So that was more like Air Force type stuff.
Oh, dude,
Because we were all riding Air Force planes.
The C-5 Galaxy. All right, if you're not
Is that the
familiar,
big boy?
if you're not familiar with the C-5 Galaxy, it's the second biggest plane ever to be produced. The Russians produced a bigger one. It's not as good as the C-5, but it's notoriously unreliable.
America.
It was built in 1968. I watched a video on it while I was in Spain, so I know so much about this because I was so bored. We were in that shit. But it came from like 16 different manufacturers. Every crew chief, every crew on that plane knows how to hard break the C-5. It's so unreliable. Like, it's just notorious. It breaks all the time. But they can, jerry-rig it to where they can get to Rota, get to Morone, Spain before, so they will literally, save all their problems for every cool base. The air crew and all that. If we're being honest, they fucking hose the government, dude. It's ridiculous what they said to get away with. It's crazy, yo. Well, when I was in there's a funny story from back in the 90s. There was this crew out of McCord Air Force Base up in Seattle. This was back when the Supersonics were there. The Supersonics are really big.
I think this got colder since I got here.
This is back when they had Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. They were real good. These guys created a fake air log to where they were following the Sonics around. They would like go to Phoenix to make up a mission. They did it for like a fucking month and a half before they got caught. It was kind of cool, but yeah, it was fucking them C5s would break all the time. My job in Spain was the shit, man. We were over there. That might, if we're talking about favorite deployment, that had to be my favorite deployment. We're 45 minutes away from the Mediterranean, like a half hour away from Seville, Spain. We went to Malaga, fucking Gibraltar, that whole coast. It's fucking beautiful, man. There's the chicks over there, dude. We was standing in the ocean. It was me and Johnny Nettle. And, man, like 4 fucking chicks just come running, topless. Fucking boobs all over the place, man. And the one falls right down in front of us. It was like slow motion. Boom. I looked at him, man, it's the coolest moment of our entire lives right here. It was fucking awesome, man. But
Before Salmouts?
yeah, but Spain was legit, man. My job was we didn't have no originating or terminating cargo, so like it was all through load. It was during the 06. It was when all the Bradleys and all this shit were going over to Iraq. So basically, you just had plane after plane after plane of fucking armored personnel carriers coming through, and all we had to do was give them the water and the expendables, and that was it.
Yeah.
So like the rest, if we had a mission coming in, here's your water, and then we just go back to the fucking terminal and sleep.
I thought sweet.
And we had 3 on, 3 off, so we would work 12. So we would work 7 to 7, and then 7 to 7, and then we'd be off for 3 days. And we'd just go drive around.
That's nice.
Dude, that was
we did 12 on, 12 off for the entire deployment. Except for my trip to Qatar.
Well, when you guys, you say 12, what was your day like?
7 p. So I wake up at 5:30ish, and then kind of like eat something quick at 6, and then go to work. Be there at 7, and then to work till 7 a.m. And then eat breakfast, and then go to sleep until 6 or 5:30 p.m. again, where I wake up again, have dinner.
No, so did you? No, you said 12 on. Oh, so, no. So how many did you?
I would work 7
I thought you
p.m.
were talking about off days.
No, there were no off days, so it would be 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
That's what we did too. And
I mean, pretty much from February until September when we left.
they try. I mean, I was there for like 2 months before we took a day, and even a day off. We just sit in the door. It was like pointless because like if I'm gonna be sitting around doing nothing, I want to be where all the cool shit is, the technology, the fucking the faster internet and shit like that. Do you remember? Was it SiPRnet? No, what was the fucking internet over there? SniperNet. Was that Sniper Hill?
I forget.
It was 100. This is the.
I remember. It was like $110
That's how much we paid. Yeah.
for basically like dial-up service.
Ah, nice.
Wow.
That was a big pet peeve I had is that the fucking troops, all the money they spent over there, they might have changed since then. It probably has by now, but they could have given the fucking troops free Wi-Fi.
So it was satellite, but it was cheap, crappy satellite. So where basically it would be like something $100 a month at least, and it would be dial-up speed quality, to where you weren't watching videos. You're basically like checking email. And maybe watching like news, looking at news art like ABC.com or something, like reading news.
Back in the
articles.
90s.
Yeah.
Well, my luck,
You weren't streaming video.
back then it was Skype. We had Skype, and I remember I used to talk to Nikki on Skype because it used to go. Remember that? And every time that would go, Nikki would go da da. And every time I called, but because I was in the air terminal and I had the fast internet because I was in the passenger terminal. So that was great. And it was funny. I would talk to for like the first year I talked to Kim Moore over in the desert that I didn't hear just because you're bored. We bullshit. And I'm here. It's like I didn't talk to her. She wasn't working.
She's just a roommate you never talked to.
I physically, but you know how you talk to your wife here. I talked to her physically more during the day. There's many times we talked for 12 hours just because we were that bored. There's nothing to do. But over here, it's like you got stuff
Like,
going on.
entertain me. I've got nothing to do here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and the one time Nikki it might have been Jimmy. He was crying on the Skype, and my flight chief, he was the E8, I think. Him and the 2 other guys come running in, like, what's going on? They thought a baby was. They thought somebody brought a baby in the passenger terminal because Jimmy was crying over the Skype. That was funny, man.
Poor Jimmy.
Pat, did your dad go overseas at all?
Yeah, he went to Thailand. Yeah, he was stationed in Thailand for a bit. I think that was the longest.
Oh,
I think that was the only country outside of the United States he was in. He was in Nebraska for a while.
Outfit. I've never been to Outfit.
Duluth, he was in.
Okay. This is an Army or Guard base. Something.
Yeah.
Must be a Guard base.
Yeah.
April something.
Thanks for including me. These.
I'm trying. So
Well, that's one of the questions is, any family members. I mean, we're not going to be able to finish all these questions because
I need family members that have served.
Yeah, we'll pass
So
that.
you said your
my
dad,
dad-
what branch?
My dad was in the Air Force. I had an uncle who was in the
Uncle.
Marines. I had another uncle who was in Army Intelligence.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's a contradiction.
apparently, huh? What?
The old joke that Army Intelligence is contradictory.
Apparently, he's seen some shit. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, the thing about seeing shit is that people who have seen shit just don't. There's no need to talk about it because they don't want to.
Yeah.
And the people who do talk about shit, 99% chance they're embellishing it. Like if we, like,
Well, no, I think he really.
No, I'm not talking about your uncle. I'm just saying, like, if you meet in a bar, I was a Navy SEAL. Oh, you weren't a Navy SEAL. People don't go around saying that shit in the bar. You know what I
And
mean?
I had 2 other uncles that were in the Army.
Yeah, but what's your?
It's okay.
Which one? What number?
The Army.
Tell me what number and we'll help you out here.
Jesus Christ.
Wasn't there like a rumor that Mr. Rogers was a Navy
Okay,
SEAL?
they're all just fucking coughing. What?
Wasn't there a rumor that Mr. Rogers was like a Navy SEAL or something?
Was it?
Was
I never
was it?
heard of
I forget. I've heard that
There was like a
before.
rumor, or it was like a, you know,
I never looked it up. I thought he was like a Marine or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rudy from Kids Bed, not much Kids Bed. Do you remember Survivor?
I never watched.
Well,
Survivor.
there's a
Bye,
guy,
guys.
Rudy,
Yeah.
that shows us Navy SEAL. He died last
Thanks
week.
for sharing.
The what I was gonna hit on was
Yeah, what's up?
no, not that one. Hold on.
Favorite uniform, favorite military figures?
The favorite drunk. Do you have any cool drunk stories you want to share?
From being
You just can't
No,
take
from being in the
it.
service. Okay, I have a funny story to tell you. I was talking about.
You can tell my favorite drunk story in general in life.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I got plenty of those.
All right, let's hear a drunk story.
Yeah, tell a good drunk story. Tell something that's not a common known past story. It's not gonna make you look bad.
It's just
man.
not
I
a giant.
don't know if Melissa ever heard this one.
I guess I said, hit me one of those napkins. Will you?
Yeah, man, he had these the whole fucking time. When I asked him whether he had paper towels.
There's extra mittens. We're making my hands cold.
Welcome, Melissa.
Hey.
And we're here on hour 5 of the podcast.
Yeah,
Melissa joins.
My body
But that's
is gone.
6
The kids
minutes
are gone.
left. The kids
Oh, is
took
that
the
it?
blanket.
Oh, yeah, they took
We can talk a little bit more. Well, we had some downtime, so we could stray a little bit. It's only fucking 3 of our friends listening anyway. So, what is this cool drunk story that you have that doesn't make you look bad that you could tell?
Oh, that doesn't make me look bad.
You can look bad if you want, but keep in mind, Melissa is here with you today.
I know that. Let's see.
And you're probably gonna spend more time with her in the future. We're assuming.
Yes.
You ruined that last Saturday. My expectations.
That's not bad.
See, the thing about Pat, you're gonna know is he has, until he's slowly building up the confidence, but he has like one of those Fabergé egos. Like sometimes if you joke with him, he's like, "Oh no," and he's like real fragile.
Sometimes I can't tell if you guys are
Right, because we joke so much. So tell us the story, man. What was
Well,
one that
paint
makes
the
me look
picture.
cool.
Let's hear.
I don't know. One that makes me look cool. I don't know. I got drunk and did karaoke. I sang Totally Clips of the Art.
Did you
And I nailed
sing it? Did you sing it in the style of the Dan Band with the fucks and all that? Every now and then I get a little bit terrified to see the fucking look in your eye. I'll tell you what, that's one of my favorite songs of karaoke.
Yeah, no, I just did the same. I did the original. In
Dusty Springfield, or if you do that song with the fucks,
who was
That'll kill.
that song fucking kills in karaoke. As soon as you say, every now and then I get a little bit terrified to see the fucking look. If you say that,
Yeah.
the whole crowd just goes, ah. That's the closest you're going to be like fucking Jamie Lane from Warren or something.
Yeah.
So I got a cool story, man. So back in 2001, June 2001, I was telling somebody earlier, maybe it was you. This is my last deployment before September 11th. It's 2001, June. We're in Travis Air Force Base, California. This is the height of the ecstasy craze. Ecstasy couldn't have been more popular back then. And all that was centered around California. We're at a bar, and there's this town outside of the base called Vacaville, California. It's a shit town. It's probably like Elyria. I'd say good cop to it. So we're at this bar. It's like 10:30 at night. And we're joking about ecstasy. And there's like 4 people in the bar, me and my buddies and a couple other guys. And my buddy was like, "Oh, I'm on ecstasy right now." Or I said, "I'm on ecstasy right now." And my buddy said he had some. It was his Ritalin pills or whatever. We were just joking around, being silly. We didn't think nothing of it. We left the bar. It's about 11 o'clock. We come back to the base. They just fucking pull both cars over. Fucking 3 cop cars. I mean, you know, the military does shit. They got fucking things everywhere.
One of the cops in the bar.
Oh, yeah. What happened was Office of Special Investigations, OSI, I was at that bar because they're bored as fuck. They got nothing to do. So they're thinking we're starting some fucking ecstasy ring. They pull up. When we get to the front of the base, we had 2 cars with us. These 2 chicks I kind of knew, my buddy Aaron and this other guy. And they fucking pulled the cars up. They searched the car, fucking like we're going into, the airport or something. And we're sitting there fucking freezing because this desert climate, it's colder. It's about this cold with the equivalent.
Yeah.
And they fucking searched the whole car. They brought us into these rooms. Fucking, it was like Law and Order. They're questioning us and shit. The guy's like, "Do you know why you're here?" I was like, "Dude, I have no fucking idea what I hear. It's 1 o'clock in the fucking morning. I don't know if I killed my grandmother. Tell me why I'm here." I literally, I had no clue until then. It was like fucking 3 hours of this bullshit. And then they drug tested us right there. this fucking, I've never, usually in the service you have to get subject to random drug tests all the time. They have this thing
Or
called,
every time there's a vacation weekend.
right, pretty much.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a random urinalysis, and they have this duty called the urinalysis monitor.
We call it Operation Golden Flow.
Yeah, golden flow because you're peeing into a cup. Usually the unofficial rule, what you're supposed to do is physically watch the
You
genitals
see
peeing
the
into the cup.
stream coming out of the urethra into the containment receptacle.
What the unwritten rule is, you stand over there. I'm not going to do this because I'm not, I don't swing that way.
I'm not a
This motherfucker. Imagine, something this. Imagine like this is 5 times bigger. He was like this, staring at my wang. I was like, dude. He even said, he's like, this sucks. I was like, you don't have to stand that fucking close to.
You don't have to smell it.
Long story short, they didn't have nothing, obviously, and I ended up getting called off. I didn't have to go into work that day. Or they're like, come in when you're ready, because it was like 3 a.m. I didn't show up till like 12:45 to work that day.
Did they know about it?
Yeah, they knew about it.
Yeah.
It went right to the fucking flight chief and commander and everything like that.
We got Joe.
Yeah, so my buddy printed up a shirt that says we're gonna do some ecstasy. We all made a big joke about it. Yeah, but that's when I mean, just to continue. If I'm being honest, I was a fucking lazy piece of shit in that trip. But they didn't give me no fucking work to do. You know what I mean? I just went on E5, just went on staff sergeant, and we were at this active base, and I didn't fucking know anything about. We had different career fields, but ATOC is the one I was in. And it was just a hot mess. So I was just like, and I was drinking a lot back then too.
But what happens if you test positive?
If you test
Well,
positive,
here's the thing. It depends.
yeah.
Okay.
So one of the things they can do is give you a slap on the wrist or discharge you out with a bad conduct discharge.
Okay.
So I've seen veterans that like get out there, stay in, positive piss test, for whatever marijuana or cocaine or whatever, and depending on if they're in the good old boys club or what year it is or what branch it is, you can stay in.
There's rules.
Maybe you'll get time and grade reduction, or maybe you have to get a fine.
Yeah.
Other times they just straight up no tolerance. You're out. Here's a bad conduct discharge, or even like a dishonorable discharge. So veterans that like may test positive for marijuana. One will stay in. Maybe he might lose rank, and another one at another unit or a different time may get discharged and get a dishonorable discharge, and then follows them the rest of their life.
And it all depends too who's doing the monitoring. I've heard stories of guys like that. I've heard Army buddies tell me like, all right, say me and you are doing the thing. Like, hey man, did you do any cocaine this weekend? Oh yeah, I'm gonna mess up. They'll mess up your social status. So instead of ending at 7-4 on to 4-7, you get kicked back, and then nobody fails the drug test because there's nobody with time with their social. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they would just like hook it up on the unofficial and stuff like that.
I never heard of that, but
yeah, my brother got caught with something at a concert, and I remember he called like crying my dad, like they're gonna kill me out, and he was like wanted my dad to like put the house up for bail, and they ended up bailing him out.
it all depends.
Younger brother.
All depends who
No, my
you
older brother.
Oh, it's the older brother. Huh?
Yeah.
Depends who you know.
But it is dangerous to where
He's experimental.
every holiday. So this weekend, I guarantee, since Monday's a holiday, federal holiday, I guarantee you, at least the Marine Corps, 80% of the Marines that are sergeant and under are going to get piss tested on Tuesday morning.
Oh, yeah.
No, because it's every holiday weekend, because they get a chance to go home.
Oh.
And they'll want to test them, and especially if like the zero.
They're around people like me, like, hey man, what's up? They're not gonna fuck with you. It's time for
Don't worry
some
about it, But every vacation weekend, every long weekend, I think I got a piss test. I'd pee in a cup.
Wow.
I probably got over a 20-year career. 6, 7, 8 times somewhere in there.
Yeah.
It was just random. I would go like 4 years without one, and then I'd have 2 weekends in a row. I mean, but it was such a waste of time.
No, we'd get them. It'd be like, we knew it. It was Tuesday morning, you come back to work, you get a call from staff sergeant or first sergeant or higher up, whatever. It's like, come down to the office right now. But what's going to happen is, let me drink some extra water so I can,
The thing that's cool about the drug test, though, is that we learned to manipulate it. Because, it's first, like we have a priority board, all kinds of different things, government bureaucracy, all kinds of things listed to do on that weekend. The drug testing was number one. So it'd be like, if we got the drug test, we come in and they're like, oh, you got a drug test today. We're all like, okay, cool. Shit, I'm going to go urinate as much as I can, go pee, get everything out of my system so that way I can milk that motherfucker till lunch. I've been sitting up in the clinic just, can't Can't pee yet. Drinking some
Oh
water.
yeah. I can't go. You know. No, we didn't do that because it would just be a pain in the ass because then we get yelled at.
Shit, I milked that motherfucker at least 3 times.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I know some. No, I guess you could see that.
Yeah, but the drug testing thing, it typically what's supposed to happen is that you get, kicked out. But yeah, if you know people, sometimes they'll give them,
It
fucking
depends-
treatments and shit like
Yeah.
It
that.
depends on if they're doing like the zero tolerance thing, or if they're like the Good Old Boys Club.
Yeah, it basically depends on the politics of the day, too. If there's a hot drug going around, they're going to kick everybody out. It depends on the service, too.
Yeah,
Like,
there's too many people to go.
the Navy will
Oh, that's
fucking,
sweet.
they'll get a list and they'll just be like, all right, all you guys kicked out. They just kick people out like nothing. Then the Air Force, you got guys, nuking villages. Let's reconsider this. Soft verbal. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
ridiculous, man. Well, anyways, guys, it's fucking cold.
Oh, it's cold as shit.
I think that's all we need to touch on today. Happy Veterans Day to everyone out there. Don will be back next week. I don't know how cold it's going to be next week. What's next week? The 14th?
It's a drop. Isn't
Hope
it?
he's all right.
Oh, there's supposed to be
Yeah, he's good.
next week. It's supposed to be an Arctic blast.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
Hey,
I'll work
Get your
on the
furnaces ready.
during the week. I'll work on the heater situation in here for sure because it's cold, motherfucker.
Uh,
But yeah, like and subscribe as always, guys. Sorry about the
Go to Home Depot, get those propane heaters. That all you do is you just screw it onto the top of a propane tank, and you just set it right there over there,
blast that.
and it's like a cone that blasts heat out. It burns the propane, and it's
because that means these are undersized. This is a fucking 400 square foot garage. So
oh yeah. I mean, it's a 20 by 20 foot garage, and we're trying to heat them with these.
and the fucking thing tripped twice when we did it.
Yeah.
all right.
All right, so guys, like and subscribe. We'll see you next week. Go Browns. I guarantee a Browns loss this weekend because the Browns fucking suck.
Yeah,
They're not
they
gonna do it
suck.
again.
I'm glad we didn't talk
And
about it.
yeah, we were just not talking about the Browns anymore.
William Long.
Yeah, William Long.
Lakewood
I
County.
don't mind Lakewood County. That's Don's thing.
Yeah.
But Don will be back next week. We can see you guys. All right, love you. All right, peace.
Get infected.
And we're clear.
Yep.